Hello and welcome to my world. Today I'll be talking about the relationship with oneself. In other words, my lived experience of it. There are many ways to live a life. It's quite beautiful that way. If you shall, please take time to breathe with me. A little connection, but don't let it be a distraction from driving or otherwise. Take a look around you. Settle in where you are. Take a deep breath in. Feel as it moves down your heart, your hips, knees, and feet, and out, taking your worries away. In, down your heart, your hips, knees, and feet, and out, taking what you no longer need away. Last one in, down your heart, your hips, your knees, your feet, and out with yesterday. Here we are. Let's start with the final step I needed to finish this video. I've been battling myself to make this for the past few weeks, though today I let go of the fear of being different from the day before. This feels so far from who I seem to be to the outside world, so at times it feels like I'm pretending, though I would say this is the most me I have ever been. Truthfully, my most familiar feeling. Now I am able to express it better, with less fog in the shadow. Each day I walk through the underworld, some days less than others, but I go back to me. The most precious love I can give myself. Patience to change. Today I allow myself to be as I am today, not haunted by who I was yesterday, and quite many ways to go about this. Two that go hand in hand are therapy and meditation. I met a therapist last year who helped combine the two. I've tried both separately, but they didn't quite work that well. But I noticed our sessions felt like a peaceful meditation, how I slowly felt my body. My thoughts and emotions became a passing wave. I've always been up here, so it made it harder to let go of many things. Being in your head can get you to spiral and feel trapped. I still get to that point, so my emotions are no different. But now I have the skills to redirect the energy better. I've been using meditation with more sensory input, using light or sitting under the sun so it hit my closed eyes. At times doing it in the bath as a warm hug from the water, but always with music and a guiding voice. Sometimes with my own words, as one's voice can always reach the deepest in the subconscious. Another thing I've found helpful is dancing to music with the intention of letting go or feeling a specific emotion. I do it for as long as needed. It has a similar effect to the previous ones I've mentioned. Music can be very healing, and so is moving to it, connecting with the emotions, the sensations, and moving through them, feeling the empowerment in your body again. I've noticed that doing breathwork with this in a meditative state can help release and relax you even better, grounding you back into the body, especially at your darkest feelings, the intense, mucky ones that suffocate and urge you to escape. With your voice in its calmest and relaxed tone, you can feel safe again. Acknowledge the feeling, where it is, where it's moving to, what it's protecting or shining light on, wanting to be welcomed, to stay as long as it needs. Embracing it again by breathing, feeling the sensation, slowing the breath, letting it flow through and out, and even slower pace, letting go ever so slightly more each time, but enough to feel the change, enough to be loved at each step. Awareness can be found through journaling. When it was recommended to me by an old friend, I hesitated at the start because I couldn't comprehend how it would help. I went back home and I got too curious, so I started. I don't know what to say, Then it ended with me writing a few pages. I came back to it, and each time I was able to grow empathetic of my situation. It's difficult to read a lot of them, but when I did, I felt my heart soften. The more I let myself write all of there is with no holding back, even the ones that seem too daunting to speak of. Writing a little by little my truth, I felt closer to myself. I always wrote as if someone would read it, but I only had one person in mind. Her rereading my pages, seeing how much love they can give now because of what I did differently today, much has changed since, what is slowly being unlearned, and where they can plant new seeds for ahead. This is yours to keep between your journals and heart only. How intimate of a moment to share with yourself. One day you will read them, hold them as they were then, understand the past, the efforts, and change since. Before, I feared being alone in my darkest moments, especially with the unknown. I noticed all the ways I've hurt people, and I carried so much guilt, shame, some from my actions, some I shouldn't feel because they were not mine to carry. Regardless of where they came from, they kept me low, pulled at me each time I tried to reach further. There will be many more days where you will feel like you haven't healed at all, so how could you forgive yourself after still hurting people? But carrying that for the rest of your life will not bring you true change. It can be met with forgiveness, space to hold both the past you're leaving behind and the future you're walking into. To me, that is the most present I can be. It would be amazing if we did differently, but if we face where the underworld lies within us, then why should we not forgive ourselves for trying to be a more loving person despite it all? I wish the people I have loved and no longer know got to be loved by me as I am now. So many have shown me what I need to face and improve on, where I can let more love into my heart. Sometimes growing means not by each other's sides, regardless of who we meant to each other. It feels like the end, but my love will grow brighter forevermore. I am surrounded by many loved ones, and I can truly say that I am one of them. That life will always be worthy. You will be okay regardless of what you lost. You have fought for yourself before, but you don't have to survive for all of it. You deserve to be safe enough to simply live. You have yourself to carry all you've ever been. You hold a hopeful light to love each part of you. Why shouldn't they all feel the gentle warmth that they always whispered or pleaded for? It's a lot more freeing when we give ourselves grace as we unlearn and grow from things, while holding space for all the ways we love and practice that on ourselves too. This will over time, with care, shall turn into forgiveness and moving on. This is not a fixed truth, for I never speak for all. I hope each one who wants to be loved by themselves gets to have the time and tools to do so without feeling guilty for taking this path. That you can remove your worth from the material and social land. I know I love myself because I will not stay in a belief that worth is tied to what I can provide in a trapped, miserable community. My best work truly comes when I allow myself to come from this radiant love I have always had, rather than the cloudy beliefs imposed on me, created on bias, fear, and control. I will not let my shadow consume all within and leak around me. I will not shame it for doing so in the past, because today I have learned to gently hold it and resist it a little less. The love I hold for myself and my dear ones takes a while to grow. I'm grateful that I have the patience and courage in me to wait for such to bloom. Care and tend to it till they want to lay anew elsewhere. As they do, my love will always lay with me first and last. Love is not equal to a transaction between a power dynamic. It's so easy to create one, even within ourselves. It seems to be ingrained in most of our lives, but unconditional and ever evolving love is reachable for you and I. It takes hard work to love someone you were taught to put last at each step, to put them down, to crown others. It's going to require time to pull all the walls they built down. You will have the chance to carefully lay your bricks for a more secure and solid foundation. It's an intimate journey to take with yourself, so take all the time you deserve and enjoy where it takes you. This is not a guide, but can be for any. At its core, this holds a love letter for myself, as I will need to hear these words again. My name is Lilith, and thank you for listening in.